Hey YouTube fragrance community, Mark here with my top 20 spring designer list for 2016. If you haven't checked out my previous list for spring designer, I will put them in the description below from the past several years. This list was really fun for me to compile. I love doing these top 20s. This year's list actually has a high turnover rate. You're going to see not too many from last year's list, but some old goodies that have showed up in previous lists. We have a new number one, so I might have spoiled it for some people. Let's get into it. At number 20 was on last year's list. At number 14, this has been almost a staple for me ever since I've purchased it for the spring and summer too. It's actually great for that. It is a mall type scent. It is from the house of, well, the brand of Gap. And this one's simply called Gap Grass, an eau de toilette from Gap. In my personal opinion, probably the best mall scent ever. Just because it's not complex or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. It just really is authentic. This has the most authentic grassy scent that I've ever smelt in the game. Sometimes just being simple is what you need. A very simple grassy and musky combo. That's all it is. Fresh cut grass, as you would expect it, coming right out of the lawnmower, basically. If you love that scent, you're going to love this. And I kind of love the scent of fresh cut green grass. Longevity and projections, nothing to really boast about. I mean, it isn't that great. It is just perfect for like a backyard barbecue, casually wearing it in the spring. That's usually what I wear it for. Usually when I'm just casually wearing, going outside just for a little bit. Gap Grass is perfect for that. At number 20. Now number 19, from the house of Lalique. Now Lalique, this fragrance actually made my list way back when. Don't call it a comeback, but it has come back. And this is Eau de Lalique from the house of Lalique. Last time this hit a top 20 on my list for spring was back in 2013, I believe. It's a green dill based fragrance, as you can see from the green juice right here. Perfect for spring. It has some tea-like qualities and florals in this, which makes it just perfect for spring, which supports that green dill. Really unique. It's fresh, it's crisp, and very much herbal. I really like those kind of scents, and you're going to see a green theme this year. There's a lot of green type scents here, and that is one of them at number 19 from the house of Lalique. Now, number 18, one I don't believe ever made a top 20 on my list. It is from the house of YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Live Jazz. Now, most of the time we got Roadster on this list, so why do I need another mint-based fragrance? And this one I believe is subpar from Roadster, in my personal opinion. However, this year I've started to appreciate it a little bit more. It's gotten a lot of snubs just because of Roadster. This one has collected quite a bit of dust, but this year I kind of brushed it off a little bit. It has spearmint. It's got a little bit of a bitter lemon opening with the spearmint. Has a solid uplifting opening, which kind of sold me on this one this year. It has an herbal heart to the scent also, which I'm still not really sold on it. And I have a full-fledged review on this, and you guys can go check it out if you want. However, it was really solid to wear for daily use this spring. So at number 18 from YSL Live Jazz. Now, at number 17, this is its first time in a top 20. This hasn't been talked about on my channel ever since I think it was released in 2013, if my memory serves me right. And that's when I actually did a video of first take on this fragrance, and then you never heard from me talking about this fragrance again. This is Le Mal's, well, little sibling, Le Beau Mal. Finally makes the top 20. Congratulations. At number 17, its first showing in a list. This is different from Le Mal, and that's what I appreciate from it. Le Beau Mal has an herbal mint opening, which was very solid. It's not the best in the game. However, I really enjoyed it. Mint and lavender are both great notes for the spring, obviously, and they are represented very well with this fragrance, which also has a little bit of absinthe to go with the greenness. It is different enough from the original Le Mal, which I appreciated. This one I've had for over 3 years now, and this is actually the year that it finally got my attention. and it might be a turnaround season for this one. And I need to review that one actually. So at number 17, Le Beau Mal. It's first time in the top 20, so congratulations. At number 16 is another fragrance that really impressed me when I first had it. And then it just got lost in the we'll say this collection of mine. So it is a fragrance from a fragrance house that I absolutely love. This house is going to kill this list this year, and this is from Hermes, and this is Voyage. Voyage is a fragrance that really is simple, straightforward, and at times can get lost in a translation in a big collection like mine. A very easy scent to splash on. It has been pretty much forgotten in the Hermes house, not only by me, but a lot of YouTubers and the fragrance community. And dare I say, this fragrance is actually underrated. It is getting close to me getting to review this scent. And within more testing with this fragrance, the more I was starting to enjoy it and appreciate it. And I was throwing it on more and more. It's very clean. However, it has that simplistic yet complex scent that Elena is kind of known for. The more I wear it, the more it's climbing in my top list. So this one is one to watch out in the next few years for me, especially once the review pops onto my channel. We're going to see if it stays in this top 20 list or it's going to be a one-year wonder, we'll say. At number 16, Voyage. Now number 15, a fragrance that, to be quite honest, I thought would never make a spring list. I felt it was more of a fall-winter scent, and it has made a top 20 in those fall and winter seasons. However, it does have an original dash of the originator of this particular fragrance. So let's take a look at Christian Dior's Eau Sauvage Parfum. Now this one, maybe the dark horse of this whole top 20. It does have, a darker aspect to it. However, it really has that familiar Eau Sauvage citrus that really pops in the spring here. And it brought my attention to putting it in this top 20. I thought it might be a little too dark with the mirror in this fragrance, and that's why it's more of a fall-winter scent. However, it has also vetiver, which is a great note for spring with the citrus. I was pleasantly surprised with this one in this season. So this one is starting to turn to being almost a signature scent-worthy fragrance almost all seasons. It really surprised me. I thought it was darker than it would, but it really does work very well in the spring. Even for those cooler spring days, overcast, rainy days, it works very, very well. Eau Sauvage Parfum. Now, number 14, a mainstay on this top 20 list. This fragrance actually has made it very high in my lists in the past. Last year was at number 4, so it slipped 10 spots. This is from the house of Marc Jacobs, probably my favorite from the brand, Marc Jacobs. Man, this is my go-to fig in the designer game. Gives off a watery fig, some florals in the mid. Perfect set of notes for a spring day. I wear this casually. You can dress it up, dress it down. Really is a excellent scent for the spring. At number 14. Now, number 13 from the house of Colognes. Usually it's the originator that makes this list. This year it is the intense version. Colognes Intense. I can't remember the last time I spoke about this one, to be quite honest. The original gets tons of love from me on my channel for good reason. However, this one took its place this year. It has that greenness that works so well in the spring. Great to wear dressed up casually. Any given wearing, just like the original, very much a Swiss Army knife, and really great to get dressed up. It has that mature vibe to it also. The mint from the original is camouflage a little more in this one with a little splash of rum on there. A great scent. I love wearing this one spring nights. Now, at number 12 from the house of Christian Dior, made it on the list last year at number 9, so it squeaked out of the top 10. However, an excellent scent, and this one is very popular in our community. Dior Homme. Great for daily use during those cooler spring days. I wouldn't dare wearing this in the high heat. but it is great for those cooler spring days. Also great to wear in an upscale event with a suit. However, you can wear this casually too. Also great in the rain. I do think before wearing this one in the spring, because of the high heat, this does not work on my skin. It turns too powdery and starts getting people going nuts on me. So this one I gotta think a little bit more when wearing in the spring, but when it works very well. Dioram at number 12. All right, guys, now we're getting into the thick of things. This is pretty much my heavy rotation for the spring. These guys were splashed on quite a bit. At number 11 from the House of Kenzo, this one has made this list. Didn't make it last year. Its cousin, the Cologne version, made the list. This is Kenzo Power. This is a floral for men. This is in the same realm as Dioram. I would wear this or Dioram for the same kind of situation, especially if I'm feeling that kind of floral take that I want. This is made for spring. Anybody that has worn this knows that this is a spring scent through and through. Really a great scent from the House of Kenzo. One of their better releases, dare I say maybe their best release. Kenzo Power, really great stuff at number 11. Now number 10, this one was number 1 on my list some years back. Was number 15 last year, so it's moving up in the top 10, and this is Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. Grey Vetiver is a very clean vetiver. Dress up, dress down, casually worn. It has been number 1 on the past on my list, so don't overlook it. I really have high regard for this scent. You can wear it upscale. It really evokes that Tom Ford feeling, very high end. It's much more modern take on the classic, which is Guerlain's vetiver. Great for daily wear, also colder spring nights. Great in the rain, and it's a good reason why this one is in my top 10. It is almost a Swiss Army knife, and if this can be signature scent worthy. Grey Vetiver is awesome at number 10. At number 9 from the House of Hermes. Again, I told you guys Hermes did very, very well this year. This is from the Jardin line. The Jardin line, you guys all know about Jardin sur le Nil. It's the most popular of the brand for very good reason. But this one really was released with limited fanfare. And this is Un Jardin sur le Toit. Very fruity. It has an apple and the note du jour, which is pear. Careful with the atomizer on this one. This Jardin line, everybody thinks that they're so light, and they really do project quite a bit, especially on my skin. This whole Jardin line works very well on my skin. They project, they last. They're great. It has a green grass aspect to it too. Really great stuff. I would highly recommend if you're watching this video, and the one thing I would have to recommend is go check out the Hermes Jardin line. Very underrated, not talked enough in our community. Now at number 8 is from the House of Gucci. It was number 3 last year. This is Gucci pour Homme. Oh, there's the logo. Gucci pour Homme 2. One of the best tea-based fragrances in the designer game, bar none. Love wearing this in the rain. When it rains, just tea and rain just works well together, especially if you're staying in. This has a calming, relaxing tone to the fragrance. Really one of the best from the House of Gucci. Might even be their best, actually. At number 8. Now at number 7 was number 8 last year. This is from the House of Cartier, and this is toothpaste. No, this is a Roadster. A Roadster is the best mint in the designer game, hands down. I haven't smelt any designer fragrance that could utilize mint like Roadster has. Very solid scent for the spring, and is always in the rotation. It is a thicker mint than the Mount Freisha of the game. It really doesn't have that transparent. It has more depth. It has more thickness to it. The green aspect in this fragrance is totally amazing. It works very well with the mint. So the mint with the green take in this fragrance really works well. Great in the rain, and that's what I love. It is solid in the cooler or warmer spring days. I feel like this is almost a Swiss Army knife in the spring. I love wearing this one casually, but you could wear this one with a suit too. I could see both wearing them in high end or casually at number 7. At number 6, it is from the house of Chanel, the only Chanel in this list. It was number 2 last year, so she's slipping. It is Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Now, the lemon cream pie of the fragrance game, my favorite Allure in the brand. I think so. It has some depth to it, which I find is truly unique. I classify it as a citrus-based scent. I know a lot of people might disagree with that. It's great to wear in the spring. I dress it up, dress it down. Again, this was, I like to just mention that this was in the running to be my wedding day scent in Aruba. I chose to pick something else, but this one was a close second. And at number 5, it was... This was my number 1 last year. It was actually number 1 in the past 2 years. Still cracking the top 5. You can't go wrong with this one. Narciso Rodriguez for him. This is the rainy day scent of my arsenal. Such a unique scent. It has this dark appeal to it. Dark spring nights after a day of raining. It has this wet concrete type of scent to it. A great utilization of musk in this scent by the nose. It is my overcast, my rainy day type scent, my moody scent. Really is one of those that it goes well with emotion, I would say. At number 5, Narciso Rodriguez for him. That thing is absolutely bonkers for a designer fragrance. Go check it out if you haven't gotten your nose on it. Very unique. At number 5. Now, number 4, it's actually newbie to the list. This is very rare for a fragrance to knock my socks off this much that it is going to creep into my top 5. This is from the house of Mugler. This is Ultra Zest. Now, this is my first time actually wearing this in its appropriate season. So, really, it took me aback. I was like, what did Mugler do with this? Now, this is obviously a limited edition from last year, yes. So it is not available in stores anymore. This is an online purchase. Now, I never thought I would get such a beautiful citrus note that I received in this from the house of Mugler. Mugler usually utilizes heavily synthetic citruses in their scents that just do not work with the rest of the backbone of the scent. It really never had that authenticity to the citrus. This is Ultra Zest. Really just knocked my socks off. The blend is very well done. They finally nailed it. They were trying for years to try to get an orange or a citrus with their usual familiar DNA and market it as a summer spring scent. This can be, in my honest opinion, could be a regular release from Mugler. So they should bring this back, actually. So if you are listening, Mugler, this could be a regular in my top 5 for spring, for years to come. It really is that good and knocked my socks off the first season wearing it. Not too many scents can do that. So bravo to the house of Mugler. You finally got your summer scent. Mugler Cologne is a beast by itself too, but this one is also very, very good. At number 4. Now at number 3, from the house of Hermes. Again, I told you guys Hermes did very well on this list this year. This one last year made at number 12, squeaks into the top 5 this year. Congratulations. This can be a number 1 on anybody's list for spring. This is Terre d'Hermes. This is the Eau de Toilette version. Earthy, dirty orange with a pinch of vetiver. Great for rainy days. That's what I wear this one for. Signature scent worthy. Yes, Terre d'Hermes is signature scent worthy. Has enough depth for it for mostly for cooler months, fall, even winter, but you can squeak this in the spring too. Great for daily use, also for nighttime when it's cooler. Terre d'Hermes does very well. This spring, this was my night walk outside with the family type of scent. Perfect for that Terre d'Hermes. Really well done. And Terre d'Hermes is one of those fragrances that I kind of go away from for a few seasons and come back to it, and I absolutely love it. It's one of those fragrances that I like to go back to. At number 3, Terre d'Hermes. Now, number 2 is from the house of Victor and Rolf. And this one, anybody that's new to the fragrance game, when you hear Victor and Ralph, you're hearing Spice Bomb. You never heard about this one. This is Antidote. Now, Antidote, it made this top 20 list way back when. I don't remember when, 2010, 2009 probably. This is a highly forgotten jewel from the house of Victor and Ralph. People, if you're new to the game, you may not even know about Antidote since it's been discontinued for a few years. However, I don't know why I got discontinued. This is one of the most complex scents I ever smelt in my life. It made it this list early in my YouTube fragrance career. However, made a huge comeback this year. Antidote is one of those fragrances that really intrigues me, especially just revisiting it this year. It just, I just kept going back to it. So the reason why it works so well in the spring is there is mint in here. I love mint, obviously. There's some florals in this fragrance too. It has a little more punch to this fragrance. It has some spices too. There's some sweetness in here. It has, you look at the note breakdown, it's crazy, and it does great things on my skin. And the thing is, it keeps me entertained. Sometimes it gives me a different vibe from another wearing. So really a great set. I have a full-fledged review on this. If you can find a great price on this online for cheap, I highly recommend to pull the trigger. It's been a few years now that it's been discontinued, but really a great scent. And that's the scent that I personally think put Victor and Ralph on the map, not Spice Bomb. My new number one. This fragrance has never made number one on this list yet. Highly deserving of number one. This fragrance, I knew from first sniff that it was going to be number one on this list. 1 year. It was just an amount of time that it made the list at number one. Always a strong contender for number one. Last year it was number 10 on my list, so it's nothing new to my nose. It was always a steady top 20 fragrance for me from the house of Hermes, and this is from the Jardin line, Jardin sur le Nil. Congratulations, finally making number one. This fragrance, the green mango top, the watery lotus leaf scent in the mid, is very unique. It's very, again, it's just like Jardin sur le Toit. This Jardin line, very, you smell it out of the atomizer, you smell it on your skin for the first time. You don't think this fragrance is going to be very strong. Jardin sur le Nil always had really good longevity projection on me. Not beast mode, but very, very good. People do smell you on this one. It is my favorite from the Jardin line. Very underrated scent. Always mentioned, but never fairly high. This has a very natural scent to it. It's very authentic. Probably the best way to describe it is that. And that's why it is my number one this year. And this is a strong contender, just an FYI right now. A strong contender for number one for my summer designer list too. Jardin sur le Nil is gunning for that number one spot. Issey Miyake Summer 2009. So that's my list, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. There is a good mix here. A lot of heavy hitters, some newcomers that surprised us here. Ultra Zest is one of them. And of course some old newbies that I fell back in love with. Antidote right here. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed my spring list. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.